she ain't never made it. She ain't like she better be. I turned up a little bit. Oh, they ain't like they fantasy. I still ain't did shit. This ain't even asking. I still ain't get rich. And some you gon' have to see.
We'll start at 17.
It's like, it's funny, they don't like rent out an entire movie, so it's like they have a couple guys touring to actually, so like they have a showing right next to one of them.
Did y'all bring y'all budget? Did y'all bring y'all budget? No, that's a bet. Y'all just gonna make one. I got paid.
Angie was lying, I had to walk you down on 2 feet. It ain't 14, she blocked that pussy 2 weeks. I heard they got her ride for like a loose leaf. They drop a sugar and I saw this road too sweet.
That's a big on. I used to hate it. I got pieces of pins. I think that's why what I'm gonna have y'all do, I'm gonna get y'all some pieces of pins. Just kind of create like a budget on what you need, the income of your money is right now, and what you spending.
I don't know if it's you.
Try to organize it as best as possible.
This past week I was like, I don't really too much about all this going
So we put on the paper, basically your budget, the money you get in, and then a lot of money like you spend on certain stuff. And try to organize it as best as you possibly can.
Oh, you know.
You wanna do a budget research? Yeah. Do it based off the month. Do it on a monthly basis. I'm having to make a budget. You said for every 2 weeks?
No, I had a budget. That's it. This one's not for
Hold on real quick. Here. Don't write your budget, my fault. Write on the paper, like if you were to start a business, what it would be, and then basically like what you would put into it and stuff like that. My fault. I got it mixed up.
Or Eli, let me get it.
My fault, bro. Well, I thought you was a pastor, now you can see it. You got a patient pregnant. Let me get one more business one. You got a piece of paper. Maybe one day, bro, you got working hard. You get someone work hard.
I think you're right. Employee of April.
All right, while y'all do that, I just want to let y'all know, man, first and foremost, thank y'all for coming out today, man. Obviously, it's like 3 other events happening today. That's what I was just told. So that just means that y'all basically loyal to what we trying to do, and I appreciate that. I wouldn't have been mad at y'all if y'all went to the other events that were today. I get it, but he would. He takes stuff personal. I personally don't. I'm all about networking, outreach, all that other good stuff. But I appreciate y'all being here. So we always gonna rock out, no matter if it's 15 or 50. So with that being said, today y'all really gonna get a hidden gem. That's why I really kind of feel bad for the ones that decided to go elsewhere. We got a very smart, intellectual young man in here that basically knows his way around the entrepreneurship area. He knows how to build stuff from scratch, come from nothing into making it into something, basically the American dream. And he's gonna basically teach y'all everything that y'all need to know about starting stuff from the ground up. So we just gonna kind of go through our normal little routine. We're gonna do the icebreaker and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna let him kind of take over after that. Please give him the utmost respect that y'all would give anybody else. Obviously today, the event today is Honey Hustle, so we're gonna start it there and then we're gonna go next to our quote of the day. So, quote of the day is, too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want to impress people they don't like, by Will Rogers. I just want y'all to turn to your neighbor, and if you don't have a neighbor, go find a neighbor. And I want y'all to kind of discuss between y'all two, or y'all three or four, on what this means to y'all. And I'm gonna come around and kind of tap in my Isaiah group as well. Can you talk to him? How y'all feel about it? I like it. Who's feeling what they said or what y'all I know the drill. I'm gonna ask 3 people to stand up and say their name, major, and basically what they felt about the quote. Now y'all know, if y'all don't stand up, I'm gonna call on y'all, so y'all moms can go ahead and stand up. Who wanna go first?
Adam.
That's a bit. Go ahead. You basically say your name, major, and what y'all talking about.
My name is Adam. I'm a freshman. I'm a finance major. Pretty much, we didn't have much the first part of it. To buy things they don't want to impress people they don't like. We pretty much agree with it because we often find ourselves buying stuff not because we really wanted it, but like because like what the other people think, or to impress the other person, or to one up the person that we don't like. You know?
For sure. Question: why you think everybody feel like they gotta one up somebody else?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like upbringings. It's like we put in a competitive like atmosphere. Maybe it's just like you always feel like you gotta be better than the next person.
So like it start in our environments, it start in our schools, like where it start?
I think it's starting in the environments and schools, you know. Social media too. Yeah, that's true.
For sure. That means you about to go next, don't it? Go ahead, stand up.
My name is Tay. I'm a junior media professional. What I said this means to me, like, it's basically like we more focus on what we want instead of like what we need, what we actually need for it. And I feel like more people are influenced off of what they see. So like, we go on Instagram all day. We got like these influencers. You see they post saying Louis Vuitton and everything. So like, that's what we want to go get. That's what we want to go get and stuff. So we kind of follow after somebody else.
Question: who's your favorite rapper?
Me.
Yeah. Who's your second favorite rapper?
I don't even know for real.
Like, okay, who influenced you to make the type of music that you make? He said, who said BFB?
I like Herbo.
Yerba, alright, bet. So have you ever seen G Herbo be like, he put that shit on, you like, damn, I didn't even need that. Like I need whatever he wearing type shit.
Nah, but I dealt with my brother though.
Okay.
My big brother.
So is it really about trying to one up somebody, or is it about essentially just kind of buying stuff that we like? It's a push pull to both. You gotta make it make sense. So which one is it?
It's really a one.
So it's essentially a want, but is it a want to one up somebody else, or is it a want to basically one up another person?
No, I can add them.
Go ahead. And now go ahead and stand up. You might as well go now. Yeah.
Basically, what?
Name, major.
I'm Joseph. I'm a junior and I'm a nursing major. Basically, what I got from him is, well, adding on to what he was talking about, is just like, sometimes it's a want, sometimes it's like to kind of shit on people, because you see a motherfucker that got some shit, you like, damn, like, I can match it. So like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of hate people in the world, and that's not even like on the funny thing. Like, a lot of people be hating on what people got going on, and they just be wanting to do better when they could possibly network with that person. You can be build the same shit, have the same shit, like,
Yeah. That's one thing, he's probably gonna touch on it more. That was one thing that me and him was talking about earlier when we sat down. It's billions of people in this world, and there's a lot of money in this world. Like, everybody can be up. You don't gotta be up, and he be fucked up, and you be like, well, damn, shit. I mean, I got more than he got, so he ain't gonna never get what I got. But essentially, anybody and everybody can really have it for real. It ain't really about trying to be better than the next nigga. Essentially, let me get one more person. Somebody from this room. I mean, this area further. How about go ahead. Both of y'all can go.
My name is Roger Rivers. Social work, sophomore. I say this is basically just to fit in for real, like it's a want to fit in. That's really how I look at it.
Okay. So I feel like, you feel me, everybody in the sense want to feel like they are welcome, you know, or they're, you feel me, their presence is felt. And I feel like a lot of times we put it into what we buy rather than into who we are. And I think that's one thing we need to start realizing. It's really about who you are, because at the end of the day, you could be a goofy with a chain on, or you could be a goofy with all this money in your pocket. It don't do shit for you, essentially. Go ahead.
I'm Jonathan. I'm a freshman. I'm a media major.
Damn right. Go ahead.
I feel like this, like the first part that they spend money they haven't earned is either like a moral standpoint, or like they take out like loans and stuff, and like they build their credit wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
what
you know a lot about credit.
A little, not too much.
Not too much. What you know?
Just if like you're not gonna be able to pay it back, don't hit.
Type shit. I take that. I want the previous president of Man to Men to stand up and say what he thinks. You know I was gonna call you out. Go ahead.
I was waiting for it. What's up, everybody? My name is Jerron Tishner. Recently graduated from Ball State in 2023 with a bachelor's of architecture and a minor in social and environmental justice. Me and bro kind of talked about like priorities, you know, with the with people spending money that they haven't earned, and I'm sure everybody's kind of fell victim to this in some situation or another. Like, for example, you know, I got rent about to come up, or I got a credit card payment coming up, or the subscription about to come out of my account, and I'm about to go and either eat out, or I'm about to buy this new game, or I'm about to buy some shoes, I'm about to buy some clothes. So we kind of talked about the first half was like priorities, and also like making sure everything that you need taken care of is taken care of first and foremost. And then the big one to me was impressing people that they don't like. And then also the thing to me that sticks out about that is like your friends or your so-called friends, if they don't want the best for you in the long run, which means they're not willing to stick with you while you make those sacrifices, while you know, decide not to buy this or buy that, you know, then are they really your friends? And do they really like you? Or do they really have love for you? You know, if nobody's not willing to, like what they say, you want to really shooting in the gym. Being in the gym is putting in time that I could be, you know, over here doing this, over here doing that. But now I'm focusing in on what I got going on right now. So that way, you know, 5, 10 years down the line, I'm set and I can do whatever I want.
That's a good way to get that up. Next. Alright, bet. So the piece of paper that I gave y'all, business plan. So what I want y'all to kind of do is, I like to get a couple of volunteers to read whatever business idea they came up with, and kind of speak on. I know y'all ain't really write too much on that paper from what I'm seeing, but just kind of speak on what y'all would want y'all business to be and how y'all would go about starting it. I mean, I guess y'all gonna have to go verbatim off y'all head if y'all ain't write it, but that's fine. Who wanna go first? Go ahead, Cam.
So basically, I mean, we already got business, but so we already got it started, but it's 8 ball.
Just go ahead and speak on it. Go ahead and speak on how we do things, our functionality sense.
8 ball.
Basically, shit, we started with, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of trials and errors to the shit, because we started just getting a whole bunch of stuff that, like, we was just trying to see what would work, and we kind of got a visual of that. So now we kind of like seeing what people like more than other, like seeing what items people like more than some. So we just kind of interpret that into what we got going on. But we also bigger than just clothes. We got a lot of like parties. We do parties. We do. We was talking about starting to help out the community and shit. We was gonna do some stuff like basically leftover stuff that we got from the first job. We was gonna just, if we still got that, we'd give it out for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So like we also interpret what we got going on to the community, just trying to help out. So it's way bigger than clothing, and I just feel like we just gonna keep elevating from there, and we gonna constantly just go up. I mean, we got some shirts in. We can show y'all.
Alright, that's enough. I appreciate you. Anybody else want to speak on whatever they wrote on their paper?
Go ahead, say my name again.
Nah, you good, bro. We know you are.
So pretty much what I said is like the business I would start, it would kind of be like a financial advising firm in a sense. Like I would be involved in it by obviously graduating here, being a part of one, and I kind of branch out, start my own thing.
Yeah.
But pretty much it'd be like teaching people how to protect themselves from scammers, because they around here a lot, man. They're real popular now, they're taking a lot of people's money. And then also just like the group of people that I got around me right now, I just see what fields they in and how we can build on that. It's pretty much all of that.
So I like that. I feel like a lot of people don't really pay attention to the scamming aspect. This is a very much scamming world. You ever seen a line for some Jordans before? That's the same line Chase. And when them Chase was busting, man, everybody was scamming. So I feel like that's important. Anybody else want to go? What type of business we start? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, as y'all know, I do got my photography and videography.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, my bad, y'all. My name is TK, telecommunications major. I'm a senior this year. So I got a photography and videography business. So that y'all already know how that go. I record parties. I do events, all that stuff and stuff like that, and just try to like manage like how I do things and stuff like that. I make a pretty decent amount of money from it, so I'm trying to like really work on like my money, like working on where I put my business money and then like my personal money and stuff like that. So, I don't know, just that. What else?
What else you do?
Hey, bro, that ain't a business though, bro. That's a hobby, bro. With the 8 baller stuff, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I appreciate it. Let me get one more. Go ahead, one more.
My name is Javion. I'm a sophomore. I kind of just want to do the same thing. Like TK was talking about, just like a personal brand. I got a camera, like a VHS camera. They got like night vision and stuff, so I'll be doing stuff with that, like hanging out with my friends, recording concerts and stuff. But like other than that, I want to make like clothes for real. Like I've been into clothes all my life.
Okay.
I just want to do like random stuff. Like I want to like learn how to DJ, like make furniture, like just do random stuff for real. Be creative in general.
So you one of them ones, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, you want to put all your eggs in multiple.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, I appreciate y'all for kind
I'm gonna go too, cause he actually kind of hit on something I wanted to do. And then also, I'm gonna just preface, I don't normally come dressed like this. I was I was interviewing at the Career Center earlier with some students, so had to put that thing on. You feel me? But
Looking sharp though.
I would do a full design service firm. So like we would do architecture, which is what I went to school for. Like custom decor, furniture, fashion, literally anything we can get our hands on, we would design. You know, whether that's like space planning and all that stuff. That's what I would do.
I like that. An idea that I wanted to do, but I kind of gave up on because it was too much loopholes. I wanted to create basically a locker system at airports for people who had layovers. Jerron actually, he did my design for it, but I had to essentially it was a lot of technological shit that I couldn't really do at the time. I don't got the means or the money yet, but once I figure out my first shit, I'll go back to it. But basically, one day I had a layover at an airport, and I'm like, damn, where the hell can I put all this damn luggage at? So I came up with the idea of basically having like lockers at the airports, and you just have to scan it in, put all your shit in there, and you can be able to relax knowing that your shit's put up and you can explore the airport without having to worry about your stuff getting stolen or having to carry it around and all that other shit. And it's something I came up with like maybe a year ago. It was like a year ago. But like I said, it's a lot of shit that go into it. You gotta have an engineer create it, and you gotta get clearance through the airport. It's a lot. But one day, you feel me? All right, we're gonna let him take over. As far as what he gotta do, I'm gonna let him kind of introduce himself. Like I said, y'all might want to take notes, pay attention to what he gotta say though.
How everybody doing tonight?
Doing great, man.
Good. Well, for those of y'all who I haven't met yet, my name is Nehemiah. You can call me Neo. Either one's good with me. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm 27. Pleasure to meet y'all. First off, I want to thank you to Eli and BSU for having me out here. Really appreciate the opportunity to just get, one-on-one with y'all, get the opportunity to network with y'all, and really just, chop it up. I really want to spit to y'all some game, and hopefully there's some good stuff that comes out of it. Okay. Let me get my notes. So, what does everybody in here do? What do y'all do? I know y'all are all students, but what's everybody into? We got athletes, we got musicians. It's a kind of mix of everything. Kind of give me some ideas. Are there any entrepreneurs in here? Raise your hands if you are an entrepreneur, want to be, have a business idea in any way. Okay, cool. And then what about if you're going for a specific profession, whether it's want to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything like that? Let me see your hand. Okay, cool. So it seems like it's kind of have some of y'all locked in on a specific industry. Some of y'all are kind of got your own lane that you're trying to go down. So I really just want to get the opportunity to kind of be a resource to all of y'all, because I know what it's like to go through both sides. As far as coming up as an entrepreneur and starting from the bottom, starting from nothing. I didn't have a rich mommy and daddy to give me no money or nothing like that. I grew up in that. I had to build that on my own, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like to go through that. And on the other side, I also know what it's like to be a student, be locked in, going to school, working full time at the same time, doing whatever you can to make it happen, you know what I'm saying? So any questions that y'all got at the end, I want to be able to do a Q&A. That's really the main thing I really want to be able to do with y'all, is just be here as a resource. So if y'all got any questions about anything, or as y'all get to know me more, if there's something that y'all want to talk about, then I want to get the opportunity to do that for y'all. But just a little bit more about me, my story. I grew up in Indianapolis, Nap. So if y'all know about Nap, then y'all know what I'm talking about when I say Nap. Off 38th Street, Nap for real. And then moved from Nap to Hallville. So I know all about the slums. Not fun times growing up, man. I mean, I saw some really messed up stuff as a youth. It was just not a good environment to be around. A lot of people glorify it, but me personally, at the end of the day, especially as a father now, it's not an area that I want to be in. And when I do go back to that area, I want to be able to go back to those areas that I grew up in with enough power to be able to change the community. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up and seeing you know, the people that I was around, you know, seeing my neighbors struggling just as much as my single mom was, you know, raising us. And being, you know, every time we go to the gas station, there's crackheads. I mean, y'all know, but seeing that, you know, changed me as a young man. And when my mom married my stepdad and we were able to move, I moved to Fishers. It was a whole new light, you know, coming from nothing to seeing a whole new world. I mean, I was just telling Eli on lunch when I first went to Fishers, I was probably like 8 years old, bro. I almost cried, like straight up. I mean, just cause I ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm like, bro, people are really living like this for real? Like, I mean, just seeing the houses, everything is done up. I mean, you just look at a strip mall and it look like it's worth $1 million, like for no reason. It's crazy. And you don't get that in the city, you know what I'm saying? So just coming out to that new world is what I called it, you know, it just like completely changed my mindset as a man. You know, I grew up, I was getting picked on in the city, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was a little nigga, you know, I was that little nigga. I was just in my school. I was focused on grades. That was really it. I like playing basketball, play my game. That was really it for me as a young nigga. I didn't really know what all I wanted to do, but I just had my thing. I just kept to myself, and you know, growing up in that wasn't necessarily a comfortable thing for me. Coming out to Fishers, you know, it completely changed my mindset. I got into boxing. I said, I'm not letting nobody fuck with me no more. Nobody fuck with me no more. I got into boxing, martial arts. I wasn't playing that shit. And then I immediately started changing my mindset. Stay locked into school, of course. And just seeing how these people out here were living, bro, I'm like, these white people got it made, bro. And you know, it's not just a race thing, but just going out there, it was, you know, just seeing most of these people out there that got all this money, these multi-million-dollar houses, bro. It's the white man and their family, bro. They got it set, you know what I'm saying? And just witnessing that, like I said, it completely changed me and drove me to want to get a piece of that and learn how to acquire it on my own, because I don't have too much, you know. My family didn't have nothing to help me out with, so you got to know what to do, you know what I'm saying? You got to know how to be strategic, and you got to know how to make something out of nothing, period. But that's just a little bit about me and my story. I just want to tell y'all that. As far as like my resume goes, I've done way too much. I could literally sit here and talk to y'all all day about it, for real. Like when it comes to my work history, I've done, you name it. I kind of done a lot more than somebody would at my age, but that's just because of the dog that I am in the work field. I do not play. I do not play. Like, I'm about my bag for real. Like, I'm telling, there's been times where I've worked 42 plus days in a row. No, I mean, me and TJ, we went on a streak one time. We went in a messed up situation with our roommates, and we didn't have no choice. We were living in some luxury apartment in Fishers that we should not have been living in. But we was young niggas at the time. We lost 2 of our roommates. We had no choice but to make all the bills on our own. And we grinded that shit out until the end of the lease by ourselves, worked for like a month and a half, no days off, just so we could do what we needed to do to finish out that lease. So those are just examples, you know what I'm saying, of like the mentality and the dog that you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, in this world in general. Because it's competitive nowadays. It's real competitive. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. You could be trying to start a business, you could be making music, you can be trying to be a doctor. It does not matter. It's not just what it used to be no more. You can't just go get a degree and be like, all right, I'm gonna be a doctor. Sorry, it's not that simple. Like, a lot of times you gotta know the right person. You gotta be able to network and get yourself to that door that's gonna lead you to the gate, you know what I'm saying? So, really just, yeah, like, I kind of got short off, but really just overall, what I do is a lot. I do a little bit of everything. And as an entrepreneur, that's just kind of, that's love for me. Like, I mean, I'm in love with what I do, and having my hands in a little bit of everything is exactly how I gain my success. But we'll also talk about this, you know, it comes with also knowing where to lock in, knowing where to ease up, knowing when to reassess, and having that mindset, you know, knowing how to tame yourself as a man so that you know what's the best, or I'm sorry, man and woman, because we got women here too. How to just sharpen yourself as an individual overall so that you can make the right decisions that lead to your success, you feel me? But yeah, I got a few businesses. I started off, my very first business was actually breeding dogs. I got German Shepherds, I actually got 3 of them. And I really fuck with puppies, so I was like, let me start breeding so I can make some more money. It was COVID, and I was like, I'm trying to get another source of income, and I like puppies. Who don't? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna start breeding. I didn't really see it as a business, but we made $45,000 in a year and a half breeding dogs. year and a half. We only did it for a year and a half, and then we stopped because I didn't want to overbreed my girls, and I didn't want to keep, bro, it's like farm work for real. Them little puppies is nasty as hell. Like, but they roll and poop and everything. I mean, it's crazy, but it's lucrative. It was fun. It was a great learning experience. You know what I'm saying? It's my first business. It completely changed me because, like I said, when I started that, it was just something I was trying to do for extra bread. I didn't see it as, oh, I'm about to start a business. And then as soon as I saw that money coming in, I'm like, oh man, this is like, there's power in starting something of your own and getting that shit to bring in some money. You know, it's creating something of your own and getting it to bring in revenue, put money in your pockets. That's a beautiful thing, and that's what did it. And so from then, I had a couple failures, and you're never going to succeed the first couple of things that you do, especially as an entrepreneur. It's different in the profession field. You know, if you stay locked in, you can get to where you're trying to go. But when it comes to being an entrepreneur, sometimes your first couple of things may not succeed. The first one might, and then the second one might fail, the third one might fail, then the fourth, fifth, sixth, you know what I'm saying? It really just depends, you know what I'm saying? But it's just about staying locked in. But I definitely had a couple failures, and we could talk about those later. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that. But fast forward, I ended up helping my lady start a business as well because I want to help turn her into an entrepreneur. Actually, I skipped one. So King Sharks Trading, that was like what I saw as my first official business. And that there is a private trading platform where essentially I offer my trades, because I essentially spent a whole year plus studying and mastering the foreign exchange market so that I could offer trades on my platform for a subscription. So people subscribe to my channel, I give them my trades, I give them education materials, teach them how to make money on their phone just by copying my trades. If you've ever heard of Forex, that's what I do, but I promise you I don't do it like nobody else. Like, I'm not one of those MLMs or none, you know, not none of those pyramid schemes, nothing like that. It's simply subscribe, learn, make bread. Very simple. And yeah, that's something I was telling Eli. I really enjoy doing that specifically because that business gives me the opportunity to help people make money. You know, I really didn't really think of it like that at first because I started it just so I could master trading. And then it ended up turning into now I can offer a huge value to the community by any brother that I meet. You know, we network, I can give you the opportunity. And I'll talk to you guys about that later, but anybody who wants access to that, I'm offering that to all of you guys for no charge because I'm all about, like I said, helping people. I charge $100 a month for that subscription, by the way, and I'm giving it to y'all free of charge, none of that. Because like I said, I'm here to be a resource for y'all. And I make thousands a week doing this shit. So I'm just saying, if you want some of this bread, at least, you know.
Lock in, don't crash out.
Lock in, you know what I'm saying? Lock in.
That's what he said.
But to move on, my next business after that was me starting a business for my lady because I wanted to help her become an entrepreneur. I grew up working for my mom's cleaning company. She had her own as a single mom when we were working in that. She also did a million other things as well. But I already kind of knew how the cleaning business worked, to clean the houses, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of shaped her to open a cleaning business. It was a mixture of both of our ideas, but she really kind of took off with it. It's called Sponge Boss Cleaning, just kind of a play on SpongeBob, and also, I can't remember where we got all this inspiration from, but y'all get the concept, Sponge Boss Cleaning. But yeah, we do residential and now commercial cleaning. And before I walked in here, I actually just got news for that Chick-fil-A contract I was talking to you about earlier. We getting in there, baby. Boy, that's a potential 6. We really been locked in, but yeah, this business started off only doing residential cleaning. We started off only doing residential cleaning. We were cleaning houses. We serviced the Fishers, Noblesville, most of Hamilton County, you know, the bougie areas in Indiana, blah, blah, blah. And now we're doing commercial. So we just took on our first commercial contract, which was Crumble Cookies, if you guys know who they are. We just took on 5 of their locations. So we really, really impressed them. My team was in there from 11 p.m. to 5:45 in the morning on that first clean. I mean, it was work. We did not anticipate for it to be that hard, but it was. They had a lot of dust on the ceiling that had to be scrubbed on a whole nother level, made it all fall to the whole rest of the, I mean, it was a disaster. But we blew the mind of the client, and they were extremely impressed and put us on all their locations. So it was a huge blessing and a great success for the company. But just showing y'all, you know, the steps that I've gone through, and I'm just kind of giving y'all a highlight, you know, what I started and kind of what it's looking like now. And if you guys got questions about any stuff in between or anything like that, just let me know. Because I know I'm bouncing all over the place. was. But yeah, the cleaning company has given me great success as well. And that's just another example of being dabbled in a whole bunch of different industries, having your hands in a whole bunch of different places, and not just getting too comfortable focused on one thing. That's a really big advice that I was going to give you guys a little bit more towards the end. But yeah, that's something I definitely apply to my life, for sure. And then after SpongeBob's Cleaning, I had a couple more failures. I started some LLCs, with my guys, thinking that, you know, we were going to start companies. I tried partnerships, investors, you name it. There were multiple attempts of either starting or trying to start an LLC for something. And I think in the past few years, I definitely had at least 5 failed business plans. The partnership didn't end up being what I thought it'd be. People didn't bring to the table what I thought they would, and that's that. Let's see, after SpongeBob's Cleaning, I actually was a financial advisor, which technically wasn't a business because I was doing it under Mutual of Omaha. And by the way, I don't have a college degree, by the way. But I was offered this opportunity by the managing director of the company through networking. And so I ended up becoming a financial advisor, and it was crazy. And I was doing great, and then COVID happened, completely killed my career because it was commission only. So like COVID happened, completely messed me up. So then one of my clients was one of my homies. I was his financial advisor, but he's got some smoke shops. And he's like, come over here, you know, we need a manager, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I ended up getting upped up to director of operations of the whole company and got a piece of the company, blah, blah, blah. So I actually did that for several years after starting a cleaning company, put my focus there while still running my other companies as well. So I kind of had my hands on a lot of other stuff. And then during that time, I also started Naptown Nectar, which my boy Tease is representing my hoodie back there. But that's my brand. We do have merch, but it's not a clothing company. It's actually a cannabis brand. So we got hemp. If you've ever heard of Delta 8, CBD, THCA, all that stuff, I sell it all over the state of Indiana, essentially. So, and I'm essentially trying to pave the way for Indiana and get us to, when we do go legal on that, you know, the cannabis side, we'll have a local brand that's already representing us that people know, and we got a great name already. People love our products. We focus on all natural wellness products. So I've been really excited about that one. And it's got huge potential. I think that industry's got huge potential. And really, for those of y'all who are dabbled in as entrepreneurs and you're dabbling in different industries or whatever it is, if you know anything about the product industry, whether it's like a clothing brand or you drop a specific, hairline product, anything like that, the product industry is very, very lucrative. It's a lot of work to get there, but the marketing is the most important thing. But I'm telling you, once you get to the point where people want your product, they buy it once, if they like it, they're gonna buy it again. So just anybody who's out there, you guys got ideas, you got products you wanna sell, an invention, whatever it is. If you got something that you use all the time, think about maybe you can make your own. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of ladies doing it these days. They got hair care products, they can go drop their own. All you gotta do is find a manufacturer. It's not that hard, and then get some social media for it, blah, 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 do the whole 9. But that's just some game to ramble off with. But yeah, just showing y'all the power of everything put together and how it can bring you success. And that's exactly what it's done for me. After Naptown Nectar, I essentially just kept going. I was a full-blown entrepreneur at that point, running like 4 or 5 businesses. So at that point, I'm fully realized avatar in my head. You can keep me from nothing. So at that point, I was floating. And yeah, now I'm here. Trying to think about, I can't remember all my businesses. I do have we were talking about this, I have a drop shipping business that's launching here in a few weeks. That's a little less hands-off because I got a partner that's managing a lot of that. But yeah, great investment, great opportunity, and another thing that's gonna bring me in some great income. So yeah. That's just a little bit about my resume as far as everything that I have on the table right now. I'm probably missing a couple of things, honestly, because I do so much. It's crazy. It never stops. I got side hobbies as well. I build stages. I got like a whole company that me and my buddy TJ are working on building, where we essentially set up events for companies all over the country now, it seems like, because we were just in Cincinnati, going to Louisville, about to go to Richmond. We're always in Indianapolis in the JW Marriott Hotel doing corporate work. I did a job for Ferrari. We got hired by Sheen. I mean, we've done so much. It's crazy. But yeah, that's just another example of something I'm doing that's just bringing in income. So really what I wanted to talk to y'all about before I continue to ramble, because my mind as an entrepreneur is very fast, so I can do this all day. I can do this all day. But I really wanted to give y'all keys to success. That's the main game I want to give y'all. I don't want to sit here and talk about me forever, because I want to get the opportunity to know y'all, do more of a Q&A, and get the opportunity to really be a true resource to you guys. And like I said, I also want to give y'all a free gift, access to my channel, blah, blah, blah. But the keys to success for me, and what I've seen, is the main things that are going to help you. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. These things will bring you the success you're looking for. So if you're trying to make an M in what you're doing, I would listen to this right here. Because I promise you, coming from somebody who had negative dollars in his bank account one day, to being as blessed as I am today, I'm blessed, for real. So I mean, it's been a huge opportunity for me able to teach other people and help other people that are going through what I went through back then. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you do got parents that are well off. That there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If you have an easier route to get to where you're trying to go, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with locking in and taking things to that next level. It doesn't matter where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So to me, number one, as far as the keys to success, is finding your game plan. So overall, knowing where you want to go. It's not always about knowing what you want to do, but where you want to end up. You feel me? So it's not always about, like, what business is going to be that one that gets me rich. What profession is going to be the one that I love the most and is going to pay me the most and blah, blah, blah. It's not always about that. Just know where you at least want to end up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to help you figure out everything in between. And then from there, setting goals. So once you have an idea on, where it is that you want to end up. So let's say, I want to be financially free. I want to get to the point where, I'm not having to worry about when bills are coming out my account. I'm not having to worry about whether I can afford this or not, or any of that, you know what I'm saying? That right there is truly like, I got space. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's about setting the goals and knowing exactly where you're trying to end up. Looking at where you are right now and knowing, like, if I'm trying to be financially free, if I'm trying to be to the point where I can do this and do that and not have to worry, what am I going to do to get there? That's what I was trying to say. So, like, not just about, finding the thing that's going to be the get rich quick, because I always get people that are looking for that get rich quick. You can tell by people's vibe, their energy, whether, how aggressive they are about it. But like, I get so many people that, like, every time they come to me and they're talking to me, they're giving me this energy like, what's going to get me rich right now? And I promise, I'm sorry, but I don't have nothing to tell you. Bro, it's 2024. Don't nothing get you rich right now. But I promise you, if you put in the work, things do get you rich faster than they ever have in the past. I will say that. But what number 3 is getting organized. So once you know where you want to end up, once you have your goals set that are going to help you get there, then it's about getting organized, having an organized life, and having a strategic way that's going to help you get there. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you look at my calendar, my phone's over there recording, so I can't show you my calendar, but it doesn't look like I have any days off. Every day there's tasks to get done for every business or these businesses, whatever it is. I'm very, very organized with all of this, because you can't do all of these things and not be. You can't have one successful business without having a full calendar, throughout the week. So imagine running multiple, you're not gonna be able to do it. So if you're trying to get to that point where you wanna be able to run multiple businesses, you wanna be able to operate successful businesses, then that's gonna be what you have to do. You're gonna have to get organized. You're gonna have to be willing to use your calendar and utilize that as a tool. Because you can say all day, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do this, but who's holding you accountable to get that done? You know what I'm saying? Only you are. As an entrepreneur, that's the most dangerous thing, actually, is the freedom. When I first started making bags off of Entrepreneur, I started doing this because I got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Once you see that, I'm making money, I ain't never made this much money ever. You feel me? Then you start to chill, you know what I mean? But then what happens when you lose a client? You know what I'm saying? And then what happens when, something else happens in another business and now it's not making as much money? And now instead, when you could have been working on doing this, and then that would have, just been something to kind of bring more balance. You know, it's not always gonna be up, of course, but the point is, when things go down, if you're just comfortable, and it's because you're not organized. You know, you gotta stay organized in everything that you're doing so that you're holding yourself accountable for every single thing. Every single thing so if you got school, you need to be using your calendar for that, 100%. If you got work, you need to be using your calendar for that. So those two things are already something that probably take up most of y'all's calendar, to be honest. If we being real, if you're doing it right at least. And then after that, if y'all got sports, anything extracurricular, that's on the calendar. And then comes the business, you know what I'm saying? And then also we got personal lives, you know what I'm saying? You may or may not have a family, whatever it is, it's all on the calendar. So if you're not organized, you're gonna skip over some of those things. There's way too much going on. Way too much going on in a single week to be able to hold yourself accountable for everything just by, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the biggest, bro. If I could tell y'all anything that's gonna change you as a person, use your calendar. I promise you. Because as soon as I started tapping into that, bro, and I'm talking every little thing. And I can even show y'all after this, bro. Like every task, every business task, it goes on the calendar. I need to know when I'm gonna be doing it exactly. And if I don't do it, it gets moved either later on in the day to the next day, whenever I'm available again to get it done. Because that shit gotta get done. You feel me? Period. Because that's the only way you're gonna get them bags you're looking for. You can sit here and talk about it all day, but if you're not organized, if you're not setting the goals, if you're not working with a game plan, you're gonna be walking in place for a long time. And take it from somebody who did walk in place way longer than they should have. Yes, I've accomplished a lot. I've only been an entrepreneur since 2020. I guess 2019, in the 2019, whatever. But I've only been an entrepreneur for that long. I've started multiple six-figure generating companies, seven-figure generating companies. My cleaning company is about to be six-figure generating in the next quarter, projected to be 7 within the next year. I mean, I'm doing this shit. And I didn't have nobody showing me none of this, but I grinded for it, you feel me?
Okay, so even though you made a calendar, did you ever like struggle or have a problem with procrastination? Like say I put something on my calendar, but I keep rescheduling it.
Yeah, you gonna deal with that. But you gotta keep telling yourself at the end of the day, like how bad do you want it? If you really want it, you gonna get it done. For me, it was one of those situations where I had enough. I was working like a slave in the restaurant industry for way too long, bro. I had enough, bro. I started working in the restaurant industry when I was like 16, 17. Didn't leave until I was like 21, something like that. And I was like, even in high school, as soon as I got out of school, I'm going straight to Texas Roadhouse, bro. Yeah, I mean, there was like sometimes 15 minutes before my shift started. I'm going straight to Texas Roadhouse. I'm not leaving there until 11. Gotta be up for school the next day. And I was doing that like a dog, bro. No cap. Just because I wanted money. And also, I didn't like my situation at home growing up too much. Is I wasn't too cool with my stepdad. So I didn't want to be at home like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go get my bag. So that's all I did. But yeah, for me, it was just, it was one of those things where like, I just had enough, you know? After working like that for so long and having bosses, being an employee, I knew, and no offense to anybody who wants to be an employee, because there are great industries where they take great care of their fucking employees, you know what I'm saying? So nothing against that, but for me, I knew that being an employee was like putting the lion in a cage for me personally. Like my mind moves too fast, I'm too creative, I got too much stuff that I want to do. I don't like being told when I can go on break. I don't like being told when I can clock in. I don't like being told I can't be on my phone. I don't like none of that, bro. I like to be able to move the way I move because I know that the way I'm moving is gonna, you know, get my stuff done, you feel me? So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, essentially it's just about, the reality is everybody's gonna deal with it. Like for real, everybody's gonna deal with procrastination. We procrastinate with everything. As much as we can, to be honest, as humans, but it's about killing the habit, you feel me? It's like you gotta just keep telling yourself, you gotta change your mentality and watch things too. Cause like there's people out there that'll help you as far as getting up and getting motivated. And that's why I also tell people, get up, get in the gym, for real. Cause like that is one of the main things that'll get your blood flowing and really just give you more drive overall. It changes you chemically to have more drive. So if anything, like if y'all not in the gym consistently, you know, whether it's a walk, lifting, boxing, basketball, I don't care what it is, getting active will give you more drive. So I always tell people, try to get active as much as you can every day. for real. Cause that change, like especially when you do it first thing in the morning and you try to get up early to do it, like for real, once you hit the gym, and then some of y'all already know what this is. You wake up, hit the gym, you know, you shower, you get dressed, bro. I'm ready for the day, bro. What you talking about? You feel me? Like I'm ready. I'm ready to get the bags after that. So it's really just about changing the mindset and doing whatever you can to change your mindset. But next, as far as the keys to success is, after being organized, is maintaining a healthy mindset, which is literally what I was just talking about. For us men, I'm gonna exclude the ladies out of this, but for us men, especially because I know less women, more gym. Unless you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Less partying, more money. You feel me? That's just how it goes. You gotta be willing to make those sacrifices, even in college. Even in college. And it sucks. I was that dude, I chose not to even come to Ball State, bro. I wanted to come to Ball State. And I had the state ready to pay for all my college. And they did. I chose to go to Ivy Tech instead, and they paid for all my college. They gave me $2,000 a semester from, you know, as a little, a grant. And it was cool. But like, I chose to do that to keep me from the partying atmosphere and to make me stay locked in. But even then, I was given more trials and tribulations, because then I got an apartment with my niggas. And you know, we turning up too much every night, you feel me? It's a distraction. It's a distraction. It keeps you from your productivity. This calendar, you feel me? The shit that you need to get done that's gonna take you to your success. And I'm telling y'all, the time that y'all got right now is the most valuable time. Like for real. This time that you're in school, you're locked in, you know, whether you're fresh out of high school, about to be fresh out of college, whatever it is, this is y'all golden time from now until you're 30. Don't be like a lot of the people that I know who are about to turn 30 and they don't know what to fucking do with themselves. Like they over here looking around like, you know, like the world's about to end. You know, and it doesn't end if you ain't got your bag by 30s, but it will feel like that because I'm seeing it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? These years that y'all witnessing right now, early 20s all the way up, bro, you are going to hit 25 like that. I promise you. Just see how fast, look at how fast we flew through COVID. Look at, and if y'all already 25, then you already know. You feel me? But like, look at how fast COVID flew. The pandemic was 4 years ago, bro. 4 years and already flown by? That's crazy. You feel me? Like 4 years, bro. And it seems like the pandemic was just yesterday, like last summer type. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 summers ago is what it really feels like. You know, so these years will fly by quick. So lock in now, get organized now, because you're not going to be perfect at first. It's not going to take you straight to success in the beginning. But as you tame the skill, as you get consistent, that's another one of my things. I think that's next on the list, is consistency. Yeah, what I said. Consistency. Being consistent and finding this pattern, you know, consistently correcting yourself when you notice, hey, I fucked up. I should have did this, but I did that. You know what I'm saying? Holding yourself accountable for everything. You know what I mean? Being as consistent as you possibly can be with everything. From the calendar to the goal setting to the organization, being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let up. You're gonna fall off sometimes. We all do. You know, life happens, bro. Like, you know, you can lose somebody and then your whole world crash, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta deal with that for however long it takes for you to cope. And I've gone through that shit. It could be a dog you lose and it got you down for a whole week. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Life happens. But it's about holding yourself accountable for the things that you're not doing right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, what they bring to me is they're like, but life is so hard and it's 2024, everything's so much more expensive. All right, then go make more money. Go work harder. Grind and keep putting in your boss's head, hey, I need a raise. Every place that I worked, I got promoted. There was nowhere that I worked that I didn't get promoted. There was nowhere that I didn't work that I didn't almost climb to the top if I was there for longer than a certain amount of time. It's all about mentality. And it's all about how you carry yourself, your work ethic, which I'm pretty sure is next on the list. It's all about how you move. And actually, work ethic is next on the list. It's all about how you grind. You feel me? You gotta be willing to put in that work. It's not just about, you know, having the ideas and having the whatever, I wanna do this, do that. If you're not willing to put in that work and have the ethic, bro, it ain't gonna happen. You can talk about it all day. It's not gonna happen. I've seen it. You know, I literally got people in my lives where they always are like, oh, I want to do this so bad. And I love my mama so much. She's one of those people where she's super duper ambitious, but I tell my mom all the time, it's like, you got to lock in. If you got a business idea or something that you want to do, you've got to pursue it and you've got to be consistent with it. You've got to apply this in order to get your success. It's not just about the vision. There's so many people, I mean, y'all are all brilliant, I'm sure. I'm sure I could talk to any single one of y'all, even the boys sleep over there, and, you know, every single one of y'all got something good to say, you feel me? Like, every single one of y'all probably got some game that y'all could probably put me on, you feel me? And I'm not one of those people where I think I know everything, I've done everything, bro. I'm a sponge, I take it all in, you feel me? I don't take offense to nothing. I don't think I'm better than nobody. You know, I'm all about it, you know? But it's just about having the work ethic that it takes to get yourself to where you're trying to go at the end of the day. I mean, this is all basic stuff, but if you don't have somebody like me that's been there in y'all's shoes, that's gone through it, that knows, you know what I'm saying, tell y'all, because I didn't have this growing up, you know, I don't even know who my real dad is. You know, I grew up without a father figure and then had a stepdad that I didn't get closer to until I was older. I didn't get close to my stepdad until I was probably like 22, 23, feel me? So like, I didn't have a father figure leading me. I didn't have nobody, you know, that I could look up to, like, here, this is what you should do. This is where you should go. You know what I'm saying? This is the mistakes you should make. This is what you should, you know what I'm saying? And so just don't take what I'm doing for y'all lightly, because like, I know it sounds like somebody just trying to tell you what to do, tell you how to live your life. But I promise you, I've been exactly where you at. I know sometimes all you want to do is turn on the game. I know sometimes all you want to do is go home and smoke. I know all you want to do sometimes is go drink, go party, you know what I'm saying? Go to a football game, you know, chat up with the girls, be on TikTok live or be on social media all night, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their thing, but it's about the balance. You know what I'm saying? You can do everything that you want to do with that calendar. You can get in the time to party. You can get your family time in. You can still go to school, still go to work, and have a business running and bringing in profit at the same time. But without all of this, how are you going to get all that done? Without favoring, you know, the things that you want to do the most. Because obviously, as humans, that's what we're going to do. You're going to always lean towards your hobbies and lean towards the things that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's not always going to be the things that put money in your pocket that you want to lean on. But it's, like I said, it's about all of these things, putting them together and understanding that, like, you at the end of the day are the only thing that's keeping you from your own success. You're the only thing. This world, this economy, whatever, I've heard so many people blame so many things on the reason why they're not in their bag is crazy. But at the end of the day, you are the only reason that you are not where you want to be, period. And you can get there. And there's things that, of course, play into that, but like, you can get there, but it's just about doing what you need to do to get there. You feel me? But to wrap it up and really leave it for you guys to ask questions, my last part, which is something that you guys talk about all the time apparently, which is my seventh one, is networking. The power of networking and being able to be a people person, connect with other people, be personable, be relatable, be likable. It's not hard to do, but it's something that's so important and will take you so much farther. I promise you, most of my success that I got where people were like, bro, how did you do that and you don't even have a degree? I always have people sliding up on my shoulders like, how are you a financial advisor, bro? Like, what? Who, like, how are you doing that for one of the largest financial firms in the world, by the way? How? It's from networking. I was serving tables when I got offered that job. I was at a winery. I took such good care of this dude. He said, I've never had anybody move the way that you move. I love the way that you carry yourself. You've got to come work for me. And I didn't think anything of it. And I gave this dude my number. He called me as I'm walking into LA Fitness one day around the holidays, and this dude really offered me a job and tell me to come out to my office. If you've ever been to Indianapolis, you've seen the Fashion Mall, you've seen the tall glass buildings, the offices in the background. But that's where my office was for like a whole year. Yeah, bro. And I'm like, bro, like, this was crazy. I'm walking up like, bro, this dude is really offering me a job. And that was off of networking. He didn't know what I'd done. He didn't know if I was a felon. Bro, he didn't know none of that. He just loved the way I moved. I was talking to him, building relationships, being personal, and that ended up being a life-changing opportunity for me. Like, just to give y'all a little bit of what that opportunity did for me, I ended up getting like, I think it was like it was somewhere in between 5 and 10 grand worth of sign-on bonuses for passing all the tests that I needed to pass just to get the job. So like passing the Indiana Life and Health, they gave me like $1,000 just for that, and then for going through their training material, gave me like $1,500. I mean, they gave me money literally to go through all the training, and then I got the job. Then I was making commission, and I was going up, and then I told y'all kind of what happened after that. But yeah, just to give y'all a glimpse of what networking can do. It's not about having a degree always. It's not always about knowing, you know? Sometimes you just might meet that right person, and because you opened the door for them, because you took the time to take good care of them, better care of them than anybody else ever has, you know what I'm saying? They just offers you a golden gate. And I've gotten many golden gates just from number 7 right there, just from networking. And I'm sure you guys know about that because I've heard you guys talk about the power of networking all the time. But yeah, that's my game that I got for y'all. If you guys put those 7 things together, I know I talk my head off for a minute because that's just what I do. When I get the opportunity to put people on game, I try to tell everybody as much as I wanted to know when I was in y'all position. Because I was itching for this. I'm 27 as a successful entrepreneur, and I just now got my first mentor this year. And yes, it's a blessing. Bro is one of the richest men I've ever met in my life. Like, seriously, it's insane. But I needed that back then, you feel me? I needed that, you know, when I was on the come up, when I was struggling, when bills couldn't get paid, when I didn't know what business I wanted to do, when I didn't have any direction, you feel me? I needed that back then, but it's a blessing still to have it now. But I just want to be able to be that for y'all, and even outside of here. You know, once we're connected, if you got a question, reach out to me on social media. I'm terrible at DMs, so make sure you get my number when you do DM me, because I suck at DMs. They get piled up. It's real hard, especially on Snapchat, because I got a lot of people messaging me on Snapchat. But yeah, you already know how it go. But yeah, just connect with me because I want to be an ongoing resource for you guys, period. You know, whether it's you guys just need help with mentality coaching, you need help with your business. I'm also an investor. So if you guys are looking for somebody to invest in something that you got going on, I might just be willing to do that. Or if I'm not, maybe one of my wealthy business partners might be interested. So it's just about networking, you feel me? But yeah, that's really all I had for you guys today. I hope that I was able to, you know, give you guys some game. Other than that, the only thing I have to say before Q&A is just whatever it is that you're trying to do for real. I don't care if it's a business, music, I've already said it all, like for real. Just don't give up. Because I've seen so many people that, you know, they were so close. They were so close to that, whatever it is, that $1 million, that deal, that whatever it is that they were looking for, but they let up last minute. You know, you're going to fail. Like I told you, you're going to fail. You're going to go through tribulation, things that pull you way back. And when you think you've been pulled back too hard, there's going to be times where you get pulled back even more, bro. It's going to get tough, especially the older you get, the more responsibilities you get. I've rented, bro, I've had like 5 apartments. I've had like 3 houses. Bro, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, bro. Especially when you're renting before you actually own your own property, you just throwing money in the trash. Real, like you throwing money in the trash. So, yeah, just don't give up. No matter what it is that you're doing, like just know that like it's 2024, y'all, and there's opportunity. And like Eli was saying, bro, there's enough for all of us to get. There's enough for everybody out here to eat. So don't ever let up. It doesn't matter what field you're in. Stay focused, stay locked in, and I promise you're gonna find that success you're looking for. But yeah, I will take questions for anybody who's got questions. I know my man right here's got one. What's good, bro?
Tell us a little bit.
I'm sorry, what was your name again? Caleb?
Yeah.
I suck at names, so I'm trying to get better.
What's your name? I can get your name.
Nehemiah, but you can also call me Neo, like from the Matrix.
I just wanted to know a little bit more about the course you were offering.
I'm sorry?
I wanted to know a little bit more about the course that you were offering.
Oh yeah, so essentially it's not even necessarily too much of a course. What King Sharks Trading is it is literally a trading platform on Telegram where I send my trades, the same trades I make money with every day, I send them to my subscribers. So I share my trades, and essentially with that subscription comes education materials that teach you how to place my trades, use my strategies, and make money off of. So you can come in and practice. It's super simple. It's an easy way to make money on the side. Like I told you, I got guys in the chat that make hundreds, thousands, you name it. I just had a guy in my channel who just got approved to trade for a company. So he just got funded $10,000 from a company to trade their money. So he's not even trading his own money, which is really dope. I trade my own capital, but just showing y'all what's out there, what's available as far as the Forex industry. It really is a lot. And for those of y'all who don't know, Forex is what the banks do with our money. That's really how the banks make a lot of their money, is trading some of our capital. So it's definitely not something that it's just like stocks. Pretty much all companies, high-end billionaires, people of all levels of wealth, a lot of these people do this. But it's all about, just like with trading options, if you guys have done that, stocks, it all comes with learning the skill. You can try to put your hands and dabble in these things if you want, but most people try and then back out. Same thing with crypto, you feel me? A lot of people try it because they like, oh, a lot of people making money over here, and then they fall off because they realize it's a lot more than just, oh, I'm gonna buy this and see what it does. There's a lot more that goes into it, but essentially what I did is I mastered the skill by working hard Monday through Friday, locking in on the market, and I traded with fake money, demo money, and that's what I actually teach people to start off with. I just mastered the skill for a whole year, even though I wanted to make money off it, because the first year I got introduced to that industry from this platform that essentially just kind of threw me in there and didn't give me any guidance, and I was losing money. I was being aggressive. I lost thousands of dollars trading my first year because I was just putting money in and then blowing an account, putting money in, blowing an account. And I'm like, but then there's times where I make huge money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there's gotta be a way that I can be more consistent. So I took the time to master the process and be able to learn and get so good to the point where I could offer the trades at the level that I do. So now I've been doing truly phenomenal things. I just hit a new trading record. We hit over like almost 6,000 pips. For anybody who knows what that means, it's truly remarkable, something to do in a single day. Some people don't even do that in a whole month. So like I'm truly changing the game when it comes to the consistency and the level of profitability that we're doing. So I would love for y'all to be a part of it. I am offering it for free, so if you're interested in it, what we can do is we can just connect, whether it's on Instagram, Snapchat, phone number, however you guys want to connect. That way I can also help engage with y'all stuff and what you got going on too. So if you got a page you want me to follow or anything like that, I prefer we connect that way, and then we just, through DMs, we can do it that way. I can put you guys onto the channel like that.
I wanted to ask, like, how steep is the learning curve for someone who's not really into finance?
Truly, you don't have to be into finance at all. Like, it is so easy. When I kid you not, I'm gonna send a trade to the channel, and it's gonna say buy US 30 now. You're gonna go to US 30. You're gonna look at the price I said to buy it at. Look at what price it's at right then. You're gonna hit buy. You control your lot sizes, which is your level of risk. And what I teach a strategy where you enter the trade multiple times. So you jump in 5 times, representing the 5 take profit lines. And then each time a take profit line gets hit, your trade will automatically come out and you will collect and make money. So it makes it essentially automated. Once you put in the trade and your take profits are set, you'll get automatically taken out as we make profits. So you'll just get a notification on your phone and say take profit 1 hit for 200 pips, and you just made however much money you just made. And then as we hit, today for example, we hit all take profits for 1,500 pips. I made like $500 or something like that. What's good, bro?
So how much them be costing like each lot?
Huh?
How much each be costing like each lot? You said that we gotta get bought in. How much they be costing?
Well, that's actually based off of your account size, because essentially what a lot size is it's like a piece of leverage that it takes from your account. So you're not actually putting in $5 when you place a trade. It's essentially taking like a piece of your account when you place a trade. So based off the lot size kind of determines how much you're risking. So there's a percentage that changes up or down when you're placing your lot sizes, and it'll show you how much of your account you're essentially risking. So I always teach people never risk more than 5% of your whole account all together. So if you're jumping in the 5 entries using the Neo strategy is what I call it, then that means you're jumping in 5 times. So each entry should only be 1%. So all of those together will be 5%. Yeah.
All right, I got one more.
What's good? No, you good? That's all the questions, bro. That's all the questions.
But like, how much personal investment, whether it be time or money, like you put into this?
Yes. Oh yeah, and to also double back on your other question. Essentially, like, It's really simple. Like I told you, I'm gonna send a trade, you're gonna put it in, and then you're just gonna wait for the trade to do what it's supposed to do. So it's very simple as far as how to do it, but the learning curve is taming the money hungry dog that all of us are. Because most of us, once you see that something makes money, you get aggressive, you wanna get rich quick. That's how most people do it. But then that's gonna be the day that we take a small loss, which is what we see as a small loss, but it's gonna be a big ass loss for you because you were trying to be greedy. You know what I'm saying? I'll use today for an example. The first trade that I sent today, well actually we woke up this morning because it's Monday, the market opened, my trade from last week was already making money. So we were holding a trade from Friday, it immediately went up and we collected all profits, which was beautiful. I didn't have to send another trade, but I did. That trade lost. So then it was like, okay, we kind of just went back to where we were, kind of broke even. I sent another trade, then that one smacked all take profits because I want to rebound from my loss, of course. Because we don't lose often. So when we do, I try to make sure, we get it back plus some. And the last trade I sent, bro, we ate on that thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just really about like being smart and taming the dog, because if you were greedy, that first loss that I told you we took, you would have just, lost way more money than you should have, you know what I'm saying? And some people even blow an account because they're too greedy and they want to just be aggressive, and then, like I said, we take a loss and you just lost way too much money. But then we have the rebound trade, and that makes all this money, and now your account is back to where it was, meanwhile all of us just made money. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be playing catch up, or sometimes blowing your entire account just because you choose greed over being smart. So that's really the learning curve in this industry is, and that's why 90% of people fail in this industry, is just because the average person doesn't know how to tame our drive for wanting more when it comes to money. But this is all a numbers game, but it's also a patience game. It's just about being strategic and not over risking and allowing yourself to compound, build your account, because you can start off with just $100. That's what I tell people. Bless you. People always would tell me, you can't trade if you don't got $10,000 in your account. I'm like, bro, watch me. And I literally show people on my channel, and I post it on Snapchat. I show them every day. I start an account with $100 and turn it into $2,000 in 2 weeks. And it doesn't happen like that every time, but it does happen. And it's like, bro, just think of that ratio. If you can turn $100 into $2,000 into 2 weeks, that is a 200 ratio. That's the same thing as turning $1,000 into $20,000 in 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, people tell me, oh, you can only have, this much money, you can only, trade with, this much money in your account. It's truly not true when it comes to Forex. And that's why I'm choosing to teach other people this, is because it's something that the average person can do. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't have $100 that you can, get together and throw into an account and do something with it? You know what I'm saying? And so, but speaking of that, I always teach people to start off with fake money. So don't even worry about what the investment is going to even look like in the beginning, because it's not about getting in with real money. Do what I do, master the skill. My trades are good, but you need to get in and get great first. My business partner, this dude, I was telling you this, Eli, my business partner, he's very aggressive. He's got money, so he's willing to throw $10,000 into something like that. I tell him that something's making money, he wants to throw all his money into it. I'm like, bro, slow down. He just got into trading last week, and so I just told him, bro, I know you want to go straight to making real money. I know it feels dumb, of course, to you, because you make money. You know what I'm saying? You make a lot of money. So it's like, I know it feels dumb to you, but just master the skill first. Go demo, and you will see why I'm telling you. And kid you not, he went demo, and he did something wrong. I think he placed the wrong trade or something, and he accidentally lost money. I'm like, see? Bro, imagine if he just would have went in with, whoever knows how many bands his ass would have went in with, and then, lost it for no reason, trying to play catch up, or even worse, lost all of his money, And that's what I went through. I went through that my first year's trading, and that's why I refuse for anybody else to go through that. I want to be able to do this for y'all, provide the opposite. I want to make this easy, you know what I'm saying? So essentially for y'all, this is copy and paste. That's what a lot of people call it. They call it copy and paste trading, because you're just copying, following the leader, and then from there, if you want to learn how to do it on your own, that's all on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can practice, and that's why I tell people the practice money is perfect for that reason, because then you get the opportunity to place your own trades, experiment, mess around with things, you know what I'm saying, and see what works and what doesn't, you feel me? I think you were next.
So I got 2 questions.
Yeah, so my first question is kind of going along with that. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of sports bet a lot.
Yeah.
I know it's not. I know it's not a good like hobby to have, and you know
It can be lucrative.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna. It be hit or miss sometimes. Some days I be hitting for a cool amount, and some days like whenever. So like yesterday, I ain't gonna lie, I got greedy because I made a bet and then it was about to hit for like 1,300 and then it missed off of 11 yards. So I'm like, damn. So I just kept betting and I kept losing.
Yeah, because then you probably try to play catch up, try to be extra aggressive to make up for it.
Yeah. So basically my question is, so like, do you kind of feel as if trading is the same thing or it's like a whole different?
Definitely not, because it is a lot more calculated. So sports betting, to me, my opinion, I feel like it's just a lot more a guess game. You know, you can try to calculate what somebody's gonna do as far as sports goes, but at the end of the day, you can never determine what an athlete is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of athletes out there, and there's a lot of stuff going on that field or on the court. You can never truly determine what's gonna happen out there. That's why me personally, I'm not really into sports betting. I do bet sports when I see like big boxing matches. For example, I'm a huge like Gervonta Davis fan, Floyd Mayweather fan. So when they fight, I will bet. But I mean, those are honestly truly the only times I even bet on sports. Just because I like it being calculated. And when I place bets with sports, I tell myself I'm not making anything. So that way, if I do, I eat. You know what I'm saying? But I just tell myself this is just, just play money. This is gamble money. I may hit, I may not. If not, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? But Forex is the complete opposite. So it's strategic, it's calculated. When I look at the charts, I'm putting together technical analysis, which is looking at the charts, reading the movement, and predicting where it's going to go from there. And then also fundamental analysis, which is the news, keeping up with what's going on in the world, what's happening in these global markets, and what's affecting the money. What's going on, because there's things like CPI news, stuff y'all don't even know about. CPI news drops every month, NFP news drops every month, PPI news drops every month. These are news updates, things that are happening every single month that essentially change the market in the direction that things are going. So if you guys have been buying stocks, buy crypto, and you're wondering why 1 week everything just shot down for no reason, most likely the news would be able to explain that, or the opposite if everything shot up. But yeah, to me, it's a lot more calculated, and that's really why I like it. It's because I can really just be more strategic and know it's never guaranteed, but the probability of success is higher because it's calculated. You feel me?
Then my second question is kind of like, how do you feel as like a social media? You know how like YouTubers are, like they make a bag off of just straight social media, what they got going on. So like, how do you feel about like that platform? Sense of like somebody starting and then they kind of just like looking at it like to make money or just to be fun, have fun.
Bro, social media is a huge avenue, bro. All I gotta say is like, if you've got a following, bro, you need to be taking advantage of that. Or if you even got somewhat of a following, you need to capitalize on it, because it's just not something worth sleeping on. Like social media, that's the whole point of it. It's us essentially marketing yourself. A lot of people just use it as fun and games and, look at the opposite sex. You want to see sexy shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. You like sports, you know what I'm saying? Like me, my stuff is full of more business stuff. I cleaned up my social media because I didn't like what it was. It was too much women. It was too much fun. It was too much celebrity stuff. I was always seeing what's happening with Drake and all this. I cleaned all that up. I want to see business. I want to see stuff that motivates me. So now when I open up my Instagram, I see cars because I got a Benz. So I want to see the newest Benz that they got. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what they got. You know what I mean? I want to see the things that motivate me. I want to see huge houses. I want to see, whatever it is. I like sports too. So basketball, boxing, all that stuff. I essentially clean up my social media. But social media is a powerful thing for that reason, bro. There's like so much out there, and there's so many people that are looking to follow people just because you got something that they're willing to be interested in. People like engaging and stuff. So if you got an interesting life, even if you ain't got the following, if you got an interesting life, if you do fun stuff, if you got somewhere that you go consistently, just things that you're part of, people want to see that. And it's, believe it or not, the more consistent you are with showing people that, the more followers you'll get. I didn't think that just showing my lifestyle would get me subscribers on Snapchat. And I'm not like, I'm not Snapchat famous or nothing, but I do got like 9K subscribers on Snap. And I got serious with my Snap only like 6 months ago. Beginning of the summer, bro, I had 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm at 9K. Just because I decided to lock in and get more serious and post all day, every day, let people know everything that I got going on. And just because, you know, I got a busy life and I just got multiple things that got them tapping and looking through that they're interested in, people engage. So it's a huge avenue, and I just got a notification from Snap. I'm about to unlock monetization pretty soon. So like, you know, it's just about, you know, I wasn't even a plan, you know, it was just kind of like I wanted to do it because it fit my lifestyle and I wanted more people to be engaged in my businesses. Because I saw it as a networking thing. The more people that follow you, the more likely I'm willing to get a client for my cleaning business, a customer for my hemp brand, you know, a subscriber for my, you know. So it's just like having those followers also brings more networking abilities too. So I mean, there's a huge value, and I highly respect people who do content creators. My lady, she does it on TikTok. She makes money on live. She goes live every day. She don't play. She be on there from 9 to 11 or 10 to midnight. She don't play because she saw everybody else out here was getting all these bags off TikTok, and she wanted hers. And bro, she's only been doing it for like 2 months. She's already making money. She had like 200, 300 followers like 2 months ago, and now she's about to be at, oh no, she just hit 5K like a couple days ago. And bro, it's just a couple months of work, and now she's already making money every day off of TikTok Live. And she's making money on TikTok Shop too, if y'all know what that is. So it's like, bro, social media, it doesn't matter, because TikTok, I recommend though, if you're gonna do it, choose the ones out of the most paying platforms. So if y'all don't know, Instagram isn't necessarily paying creators too much anymore. Facebook, Meta, they greedy with their money. So I would focus on, Instagram's kind of more of like, you know, keep everybody updated with things, you know, kind of post more of, you know, like, you know, what you've been up to recently or whatever, you know, flashy stuff, however you want to organize your Instagram. But I wouldn't have that as your content creation platform, you know, where you're trying to make your money. YouTube, TikTok, and then Snapchat. Those, in my opinion, are the three goals. YouTube has been number one. Google is one of the big seven. Big seven is the top 7 performing stocks in the US stock exchange. So obviously that right there should tell you that YouTube is up top. If y'all didn't know, YouTube is paying over $100 million a week to their content creators. $100 million over that every single week. So if y'all thinking there's not money for y'all to be made, bro, there is money for y'all to be made. Bro, I mean, you can make $10,000 a month from YouTube, and that wouldn't even be 1% of how much they're paying out everybody a week. You feel me? There's so much money out there for everybody. So yeah, I really want to hype up your question, because social media right now is like a huge thing for me. I'm trying to implement it in all my companies too, because I slept on it in the beginning, and now that I'm seeing it happen, you know, with my personal, and you know, my girl's doing her thing, you know, I'm really seeing like there's gold in the social media thing for real. So if you're thinking about it, or if you're kind of on the way, thumbs up. What's good, bud?
I know you said you had took like a lot of losses and stuff like that, failures. Like, what made you like not get discouraged and not let give up?
Man, I wanted it so bad, bro. I was driving a freaking Malibu that one of my friends, I was blessed enough, he helped me with the down payment, and I never paid that man back. No, real shit, never paid that man back. And I got him noted, bro. When I haven't seen this man in years, don't even know how to find him. But when I do find him, I'ma bless that man. I'ma bless that man, because he didn't even know that gesture, that $1,000 he gave me for the down payment, but that changed my life, bro. Changed my life, for real. And yeah, bro, I just wanted it so bad. Like, just all the tribulations that I was going through, everything that I had gone through, you know, it's like, it was just motivation. And like, I was not okay with just like settling and letting go, you know? I wasn't okay with saying, you know what? I'm gonna go back and work at the restaurant, you know? And I did have to do that, but I told myself, because there was a time where I did, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the restaurant industry for a little bit, but I'm giving myself a 6-month cap. You have no choice but to leave here in 6 months. And that's exactly, I actually left sooner, thank God. I left sooner than planned. But it's just all, like I tell people, it all comes down, bro, how bad you want it, you know? Because a lot of people talk about all the things they want. I want these shoes, I want this car, you know what I'm saying? I want this house, I want to live in this state.
whatever it is, a lot of people do this all day, bro. I listen to so many people, especially because I'm where I'm at now. It's like what I get from a lot of people. It's like, oh yeah, I'm about to get a Benz like that too soon, or oh yeah, I'm about to get them shoes too. Whatever it is, bro. Like people all the time, they're like we're talking about with the quote, always trying to compete, always trying to one up the next person. It's not about that, you know. It's about one upping yourself. It's about like looking at where you're at now, and it's like, do you want to be where you're at now forever? Like, when you graduate, if the plan that you got in plan for you is not what is meant for you and is not what's gonna happen, is that gonna stop you from doing anything? No, you just gonna say, oh no, I'ma just work, or I'm gonna go back to mom's crib, you know, I don't know. Like, that's what I wanted to do, so I mean, like, and I've seen people do it, bro. I've seen people do it. Like, for real, people will waste their time, bro. I know people who are literally, like I told you, knocking on 30 and have barely worked a normal job just because they want to be at their mom and daddy's crib and they want to hold on to home so it's comfortable because they're getting spoiled and taken care of. I promise you, you will get stuck. It might be cool. You might be able to do whatever you want, you know, but you will get stuck. So it really comes down to how bad do you want it? Because if you want something bad enough, you will go get it. You feel me? If you want something bad enough, like I'm telling you, you're gonna go get it. And it might take you some time, but like, how much time is it gonna take you? You know, so I would just say, like, when you look at all these things right here, at the end of the day, it all equals accountability. Holding yourself accountable for everything in your life. Period. You know, your outcomes, how things go, you know, like your success, it's all up to you. Let's go back.
How do you go about paying your staff for SpongeBob? What system do you use for that? Like, you have a business bank account, like how do you do that?
Yeah. So I love BMO. If you guys don't know BMO, by the way, they love minorities, boy. So if you, bro, if you trying to start a business and you want a bank to really be behind you, I highly recommend BMO. It doesn't matter what race you are, pretty much all minorities, they're ready to support you. And they have programs specifically for it, actually.
So should I go in person and set something up?
Yeah, 100%. And most of the time they'll make you, especially if it's business. Personal, you can probably get away with doing online, but business, they definitely gonna wanna see you in person. But yeah, the business account, they have payment processors that you can set up through them, and they have payroll systems that you can set up through them. My company, Naptown Nectar, we use BMO, and then we use their built-in payroll program called Paychecks. And so I don't know if you guys get paid by any companies, you may be familiar with Paychecks, but we use Paychecks to pay out the owners, which are me and my two other partners. We don't have any employees for Naptown Nectar, so it's just us three on there getting paid out. I use that, and then we write checks for our employees. We're still doing it old school for the cleaning business because we got subcontractors. But once we have like locked in SpongeBoss exclusive employees, which is actually coming up here soon, then from there I'm definitely gonna implement a new process.
Okay. So do you guys, when y'all do your payouts, do y'all do straight revenue payout, or do y'all do like y'all only take a percentage of the revenue and put it in your pockets?
Great question. So when you're running a business, y'all, especially starting off, I highly recommend that you leave as much in that bank account as you possibly can, and do everything that you can to not really touch it like that. My rule is for Naptown Nectar being an example, because that was my first business where I had other partners that weren't my lady, that like we had to, you know, cause me, you know, when you got a business with your girl, you know, y'all can negotiate whatever y'all negotiate, you know what I'm saying? When y'all 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was something that I wanted to do, that we doing together, but she's mostly operating, so like that wasn't 50-50 as far as the cleaning business goes. She actually gets paid more than I do for that, but that's because she runs that company. So everything's gonna be different, but it's really like, sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's all about keeping, like I said, keeping the money in your account. So I would recommend about 25%. If you want to pay yourself out pay yourself out about 25% of your revenue.
Okay.
That's our rule of thumb, because we usually like profit, I would say is about half of your revenue if you're doing things right. Some businesses or some industries are different, but I say about half of your revenue is your profit, and then you wanna cut that in half.
Okay.
And then that's what you pay yourselves out.
So, okay, for example, you start a business, let's say you roughly invest 2,000 into it. Do you compensate yourself for that 2,000 that you invested, or do you just wait until all of it piles up and then pay yourself out that 25%?
Is it just you in the business, or do you have partners?
Partners.
I would say the smartest thing to do would be to build the company. So did you guys all put in 2,000? Or just
It's based
certain
off
people?
certain percentages for certain people.
Okay. So there was only 2,000, that was the only 2,000 that was put in, and that's the starting initial investment?
Correct.
Okay. So I would say, I would wait until you got to double or even triple of that initial investment in the bank account, and then from there you would assess. So I would say from there, it would be a smart idea to start paying yourself out based off of, because you wanna see what your projected revenue is. You never want to invest into a company, make some money, and then immediately just go to paying yourself out. Cause that's what's just, it's great to pay yourself out, but you also want the business to make money.
Okay.
Because if the business isn't showing profit, if you guys don't notice, your business has to show profit for 2 years so that you can qualify for business credit. And that's what's gonna help your business elevate so that you can leverage and take things to the next level. So if you're only paying yourselves out for those, 2 years, you're not going to be able to even qualify, because they're saying you're not showing any profit, you're taking all the money from the company, you feel me? So I recommend see what your revenue, your projected revenue is for like a month, a 2 month, 3 months. After you've gotten consistent with making money, see what that's looking like, and then from there, you should see how much I'm expecting to get into the account. You'll know when you'll get to double or triple, or you'll at least be able to calculate when you get to double or triple that initial investment of, you said 2,000? Yes, so once you get to 4K or 6K, you'll have a better idea on when you'll get there.
Okay.
And so then once you do get there, you'll be like, okay, we can pay ourselves out this, and this will hopefully still keep coming in, it's projected to keep coming in, so then we'll be able to consistently be able to afford to pay ourselves out this, but the company is still stacking up capital on top of that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you feel me? What's good?
Okay, so I do got a quick question. So I've been like managing like my money and stuff like that. So, what I do with my money, I try to like take out percentages of like, so like say I get like a certain amount of money or whatever, I'll put like 25% here, like, and then like keep 75%, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. How would you go about, like whenever you get your money, how would you go about like splitting your money? Like into your business and into your
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say it's very similar. It's really about budget. So looking at like just treating your personal income like it's a business as well. So look at how much you're bringing in as far as what your job is paying you, and look at that as revenue that you're making. And then from there, get strategic. You gotta budget everything. So how much is your phone bill? Anything else you're paying for, all of that needs to be jotted down. All expenses have to be accounted for before you can start calculating what you're gonna do with your bag. And as a financial advisor, that was the main thing that they taught us to teach our clients is you wanna look at how much money you're making before you spend money. Because you'll spend more than you actually have to spend, and then you're gonna be in a messed up situation. And I'm sure some of y'all know what that's like. So look at how much you're bringing in and budget. So calculate all expenses. I'm talking gas included, food included, anything. I'm like everything that you guys do that you're doing it either every day, every week, every month, it's a consistent expense, that needs to be on the list. Like all the way down to the T. And then you can have an idea on, okay, this is how much I make minus these expenses. And then once you subtract all of your expenses from your total income for the month, then that shows how much you got left over. But you're gonna want play money because obviously I'm sure we all got recreational stuff that we do too. So it's all about setting aside percentages of that extra money that you allow yourself to organize and split up into those manners. So like you could say 10% of your remaining can go to extra spending money. I always tell people 10% of your money that you're making in general should be going into savings. 10% of what you make in general. And if you can't do that, at least do 5%.
But literally, if you're getting paid and you're not putting money in savings, bro, you are taking an L. I cannot stress this enough. Like, bro, with as much as I worked as a 20-year-old, as a teenager, bro, if I was doing that every time I got a paycheck, just putting aside, bro, $20, $10, bro, it don't matter what it is, bro. If you do that from now all the way up until who knows when, you're gonna, bro, the money will stack up so much faster than you think.
How you feel about Acorns? Have you used it?
Yeah. Any platform like that which like helps you essentially save like your extra spending, I think is great. Me personally, the investing aspect of Acorns is kind of questionable because I don't think it's as valuable as like other trading platforms like, you know, Robinhood and other things like that. But the whole concept of being able to save your extra spending money, me personally, I prefer Rocket Money, I think that's the name of it. That's the one that I use instead of Acorns. And I think Cash App even does it too. So if you use a Cash App card, turn on the savings thing so that it like essentially saves your spare change. It rounds up to the next dollar or the next 50 cent or whatever it is, and it'll save all of your change. So I definitely recommend stuff like that because if you're doing that on top of saving, that's going to help you stack significantly over time. It looks like a little at first, y'all, I promise, but you got to start somewhere because the last thing you want to be is at that situation where your business plan that you had in mind that you thought was going to hit after college or during college or whatever it was, last thing you want to be is that fails. And then you're over here like, bro, what do I got? Or the business that you had that was bringing in money, that fails. And then you're over here like, damn, I was really making like 5 figures like every month, 4 figures every month. And now I'm not bringing in nothing. You know, if you were saving the whole time, and this is something to practice, y'all, with personal and business. So it's not just, you know, your personal money that you're bringing in. You want to implement that same stuff in your business. Your business needs to be saving every time it brings in money. Every week, every month, whatever it is. You need to be calculating how much you're getting, and money needs to be, I got a transfer that's automatic for my companies. Money gets transferred every Monday to savings. And there's no questions asked. It doesn't matter how much revenue we brought in, because I've calculated that no matter what, we can at least transfer this amount every single Monday. And that's a rule, that's a law, and it doesn't change. And so having those type of things that force you, and do that with your personal account. With BMO, I do the same stuff, automatically gets transferred to the savings. It's gold. You know, it forces you to have those, and if you use Acorns or something else, it's all still the same stuff. But overall, it helps you get to those goals. It helps you be organized. It helps you have that foundation, because the money y'all working for is part of your wealth. You don't ever want to be in a position where you're working and every dollar that you got is going to paying bills and then everything extra that you do. And then you're waiting for the next paycheck. You don't ever want to be in that position. That means you are not making enough money to support your lifestyle, period. You got to be making more than enough to support your lifestyle. Otherwise, you're not even going to be able to save. You're not going to grow, you know? So if I can invite y'all to do anything, bro, saving is like the #1 thing you need to be doing. If you're making money, it's got to be part of it. It's got to be. I think you were next.
Yeah, I don't know if you touched on it yet, but I guess my question is, so as it's kind of a multi-layered question.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, what does retirement look like for you? You know, so what does retirement look like to you? Is retirement important to you? And I guess, yeah, how do you do that? Like, do you take that out of each business, or is that just, do you have something, you got some on the side, you got multiple things on the side, you got like your different like nest eggs?
Yeah,
What does that
so
look like for you?
it's really a mix of all of that. Retirement as an entrepreneur is honestly an exciting thing because in the position that I'm at right now, like I really don't even care when I retire, bro. Like I'm excited for new ventures that come knocking on my door, more money that comes into my pockets. And because I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm young, I got the opportunity to continue grinding, continue hustling, and you know, continue putting my energy into more things that are gonna bring in more revenue. And so, you know, it's a great thing. And so, yeah, I feel like retirement to me is kind of more of like an idea. You know, it's kind of like, I know that the reality is the way that I grind, I feel like I'm never truly going to retire. But, you know, like, it's just a great vision to know that like when I get to the point where I'm gonna retire, I'm gonna be comfortable. I'll be able to hand off the business to my daughter. I'll be able to, you know, sit back and let the business just make their own money. And I can just choose to show up when I want. I can travel just to grow the company. I can do whatever at that point. So that's kind of what retirement looks like for me. As far as getting there, it's really about being strategic in the different accounts that you have. For an example, an IUL doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't say that that's something you guys need to worry about now, but as you get a salary or get a consistent source of income that's paying you, taking care of your life, as you get out there into the real world and, you know, have a home, a car, a mortgage, all this stuff, it's definitely something to consider. IUL is a index universal life policy. It's a life insurance policy, but it has a cash value account attached to it. So essentially all the money that you put into this life insurance policy gets put into this cash value account, and then that's getting invested, it's growing depending on what type of account it's in. Most of the time it's based off of the S&P 500, which is the top 500 stocks in the exchange. And essentially at the end of the year, if the S&P 500 is up 8%, that cash value up will be 8%. And most of them have a rule, if the S&P 500 happen to be down for the year, you don't lose any money. So it's not a situation where like, if the S&P 500, the economy overall did bad this year, oh, the cash value went down. No, it's just gonna sit where it's at, but you're still putting money in it the whole time. If that makes sense. But usually, S&P 500 is at least up a few percent every year. I mean, that's the overall state of the U.S. economy, and it hasn't been down since the huge recession. So, and I don't really see it going down. So,
what's the importance of like life insurance?
Yeah, life insurance is really to protect you, but also that one specifically is so that you can invest in yourself. You can use the cash value money that's put into that life insurance policy. You can invest from that in the future. Me and my lady, we're probably going to use it to buy a house, probably use it as an investment property. As we've been building ours up for like 6 years, and I'm sure at this point it's like 20,000-30,000 or something like that, you know. So, you know, and if it's not there now, it'll be there by the time I hit 30 in a few years. So that's the beauty of that, is you can let it continue to stack until you're old and you retire, which is what I recommend you have one for, but you can have more than one. That's a beautiful thing. So as you make more bags, you can have your business buy one. You can have more than one. You can get a bigger one, whatever it is. But there's just so many, I highly recommend, and accounts like an IUL is definitely gonna get you right. Also, a Roth IRA, because taxes continue to go up. You wanna be paying your taxes now when you're putting your money into savings versus in the future when you take your money out. And I know y'all probably hear that a lot, and it goes through one ear and out the other, but it's the truth. Like, the people, our parents, if they're just now taking money out for their retirement, or I say like the grandparents or parents, whatever, you know, groups are retiring right now in today's time, if they're taking money out and they didn't do Roth and they just did traditional and they're paying taxes on the money, today's taxes on the money, bro, they're getting killed. Versus back then, if you would have paid the taxes as you were putting it in the account, then when you pull it out, you're eating. So a Roth IRA is another example I would use to grow money.
In a similar vein, what's your thoughts on, I guess, relying on Social Security? Or
oh no, oh God, goodness gracious, bro, no, hell no. Social Security is not shit no more, y'all. It's not like it was back in the day, bro. I've been talking to old people, especially as a financial advisor. We were told to tell them, like, you shouldn't even think about Social Security, to be honest, because it's not gonna give you nothing. It's not meant to take care of that person in today's time. They have not adjusted Social Security to fit today's time. So unfortunately, our economy is failing us in this way because we put all this money into taxes and stuff, thinking it's gonna come back. And people often depend on Social Security, and that's pennies. I'm telling you, a lot of times Social Security for most people that comes out, it's not even enough to cover your rent. So, I mean, just keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, the last thing you want is to be dependent on that, and then to be working as an elder trying to cover up the rest, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important to start saving as soon as you can, and whether it's an IUL, a Roth IRA, it don't matter what it is. It could be a simple savings account. Whatever you're doing, start somewhere. And some of those more advanced things like the IRAs and the IULs, that's kind of more for when you're more established and you're bringing in consistent bread and you can afford to set aside, you know, a few hundred every single month into those investments. Because most of the time an IUL would at least cost you like $100 a month at least, which isn't too bad, but it just depends on, you know, what level you're at. Because I know when I was in college, I wouldn't pay for that shit. But $100 a month, hell no. What you talking about? So, some of those are kind of meant for more down the road, but that's why I told you guys earlier. Starting that savings account now and getting somewhere. And if you guys didn't know, there's companies like Robinhood. If you utilize their savings, their investment account that they got, you pay for Robinhood Gold, which is $5 a month. They give 5% interest for people who have Robinhood Gold. No bank account does that. So I use Robinhood Gold as a whole another savings account because you're getting 5% interest every month just for having money sit there. So, and normal bank accounts, bro, they're not even paying 1%, if that says anything. And most of the time, you got to have several thousands for them to even give you that less than 1%. So, but yeah, to answer your question, like, yeah, it's about having a variety in different things, different ways that you're saving up for sure. What's good, bro?
Oh yeah, I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
First is about like the day trading.
Yeah.
What do you think about funded accounts?
I don't know, I kind of sway back and forth with funded accounts. I feel like funded accounts are like, they can be a great thing, but you just gotta make sure you're doing them for the right company. Because what I've seen is I've heard of some scare stories where people work hard to get capital, to get funded this capital for these companies, and then they get to the point where they don't receive their payout. They trade good for these companies, and then it's time to get paid, and these companies don't send them no money. So I would be very, very wary. Do a lot of research. It's like, that's the last thing I want you to do is get involved in scams. And there are some nasty people out there in the trading industry for sure, because they know a lot of people don't know what they're doing. So people look for things like automated trading systems, things I can put my money into and it just trades by itself. Stay away from those. If it ain't got reviews, if you can't find it on Google, if it's not reputable, it's probably a scam or it's close to it. Simple as that. But yeah, I would say there are great things with funded accounts. Like I got somebody in our channel who he makes money with funded accounts. I don't know what platform he's with, but I mean, like I said, he's gotten funded and he's gotten paid multiple times. But I also heard another scary story. Somebody was funded 10K from I can't remember what platform it was, but they got 10K from a company and then they blew it. They blew that company's account. So just imagine losing another company's money. And I say, you probably, I don't know how that goes, but I'm sure they probably not trying to, bro, they're probably about to black. Bro, from the industry, you're probably not about to be able to go anywhere to trade nobody else's money. Because that's just tough, you know? But yeah, I kind of go back and forth because I've seen I've seen arguably a little bit more of the down, so I'm kind of a little bit more on the downside when it comes to it. But I would just say if you're going to, definitely do your research because it's out there, but just, yeah, do your research.
And the second question, I was wondering if like hiring in any way.
Hiring in any of my companies. I will need a personal assistant that I'm gonna put on salary here in like a year or so, but I'll make a post on my social media for that one. But I do wanna hire a personal assistant, just because I need it. Cause it's a lot of work to do all this shit, man. Like to have a full calendar operating all of these businesses as busy as I am, and because I have a daughter now too, you know, I just want to be able to get that help. I would say no as of right. Well, actually, my cleaning business. But I mean, I don't know if you want to be a house cleaner, but if you know anybody that is in the Indy area that is looking to be like a cleaner, and yeah, I would definitely be looking for either a commercial cleaner, actually both, residential and commercial cleaners. I have a huge need for those. So if you're able to travel, or if you happen to be commuting from Indy to here or anything like that, we usually service Hamilton County area. So that's my only thing with y'all being in Muncie. If you do live up here, it would be hard just because all of our clients essentially are in Hamilton County. But I would say that's the one company that I am hiring at right now. Any other questions? What's good, bro?
What do you think about high yield savings accounts?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you think about high yield savings accounts?
High yield savings accounts.
So like I have one right now. Some kind of 4.4%.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. That's just similar to what I was talking about as far as the Robinhood savings account. Anything that's going to be giving you more of an interest back on your money is a great thing. And as long as you're consistently putting more into that percentage is going to be a bigger payout. I actually know this couple that's better off, and they have an account that they just got a lot of money sitting in, like 6 figures. And because they have that much money sitting in that account, the interest that they get paid on that account pays their mortgage every month. So they literally just leave it sitting in their account, and then the interest that they get paid, they pay their mortgage with that. So just for that money sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing. Yeah, it's a true hack for real. But it's like a lot of people don't know that, because at the small level, when you just got like $1,000, you know, 5%, you know, and even for smaller, you know, when you only got a few $100s, you know, ain't nobody looking at no 5%. You gonna look at that little change and be like, bro, get on that out of here. But like, you know, as you scale, you know, it's gonna take time, of course, if you're only putting so much into it. But years down the road, you're gonna look and be like, damn, I'm really proud that I did this, because you just might not have exactly what you're looking for right now. But let's say like down the road, you're like, oh, this is it. This is the idea I need 15K for right now. You can look at the savings account and be like, okay, all right, I got 5. I can find an investor to get the other 10. But I got 5 ready to bring to the table right now. Most people, unless it's your buddy and they're willing to, you know, start it from the ground up from y'all or with y'all, like most people are gonna be looking for money. Like if you're talking to any person who's experienced in business and wants to invest with you, partner with you, whatever it is, their first question is where the money. Because I sat down with so many people that wanted, and that's why I really wanted to stop doing it, but I just really had to clean up who I was sitting down with. But I was sitting down and paying for business lunches all for like a whole year, just with anybody and everybody, just for networking opportunities. But with that came me talking to a whole bunch of people who weren't actually truly driven, who didn't really have plans, who didn't have capital ready, didn't even have an organized business plan, whatever it is. Some of them were even looking just for a handout. We're looking, oh, I was just really looking to see, you know, if like you had somewhere where you could hire me, or like somewhere where I could, you know, help you. I'm just looking to get some extra money, whatever it is. Like, you guys are more powerful when you have wealth under you. You know, when you got when you got some money to back you up, and no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I really push the savings thing, because it's like, it gives you more power. You know, even if it's not now, it's building your wealth slowly over the future. And that's something I feel like us brothers, we don't really do a good job at teaching each other to do. You know, and I know it can, you know, it can be boring, it can be exhausting, you know, it gets annoying, because 2024 is very aggressive. In today's time, it's just not easy to stay on top all the time. And I talk to people all the time, so I get it. You know, but that's why I teach people multiple sources of income is your best friend. Having multiple ways that are bringing you income, nobody can get it done with just, you know, you might be able to, depending on how much you're getting paid from your job, get it done from just a simple salary, you know, or one salary paying you one if it's good enough. But like still, what's keeping you from tapping into something else? Because that something else might start bringing you in an extra 4, 5, maybe even 6 figures. And then you could be like, I don't even want to do what I'm doing over here no more. I want to come do this, because this is easier. This is putting money in my pocket. I got to do less work, you know, and I started this on my own. This is something that I created. So yeah, there's huge power in building your own wealth in so many different ways, y'all, for real. Anything else? Oh, for sure, man. I love the opportunity to just be able to, like I said, talk to y'all, put y'all on some game, and get the chance to, you know, just kind of mentor people and help y'all out, because I didn't really get this opportunity when I was younger, and it just means a lot. So thank y'all for listening to me. I know talking about money and business isn't always the most exciting thing, but I promise you, for those of y'all who locked in and took the notes and applied this into your day-to-day, I promise you, you will see a whole different you a year from now. So I invite you to lock in with everything it is, you know, your business, you know, your school, your faith, everything. Lock in with all of it, because consistency will bring you the success you're looking for. Promise you.
All right, y'all. Can we get to the back for this photo, please?
Hey.
What can we find you on?
All of them. I got you.